Welcome to the Diary of a Beautician. This is your host Sha. Tune in every Sunday to listen to my podcast from the health and beauty industry via my website. I'll be discussing various topics, stories, news, educational, historical, and personal content. For business inquiries and bookings, please head over to www.shashalondon.co.uk. You can follow me on social networks, Instagram at sslondon84, Facebook Sha Sha London, Twitter Sha Sha London. I'm also on LinkedIn as Sha Sha London. If you have any questions, do feel free to send your questions to me via social media, or you can email me at shashalondoninfo@gmail.com. So welcome back. I hope everyone's had a good week, and I hope you're ready for this week's podcast. Welcome to the new listeners. I hope you truly enjoy my content and find it informative. If you have any questions, as I said, you can email me at shashalondoninfo@gmail.com. If you feel there was something I left out, or you feel that you've got something more to bring to this topic or conversation, then please feel free to have a conversation with me. Okay, so this week I'm going to be discussing the topic called the endocrine system. So for a lot of you, you may know of it. For others who know of it, so basically the endocrine system is one of the 12 systems that is in the human body. Okay, so I'm going to just discuss a little bit, brief explanation about the endocrine system. Also recommending some treatments. Yep, I've got to throw that in. It's part of my job to do that. And and again, if you have any concerns about your health and your well-being, I truly do stress that you speak to a professional, either your GP, your counsellor, your therapist, whoever it is. They can refer you, they can help you, put you in the right place to help you with whatever it is you are dealing with, suffering with, or going through. Okay, so endocrine. Okay, so endocrine is one of the 12 systems. Okay, this system is about producing hormones. Yeah, so it regulates, it grows, it develops the bones, the tissues, the muscles, the hair. It regulates your metabolism. It stimulates your sexual reproduction. It helps with sleep, and so much more. Okay, so the system, as I just said, does quite a lot of things inside your body. The system operates from one part of the body, so from the crown of your head, so in your brain, and goes all the way down into your reproductive area, which is your vagina and your penis. Okay, so we're going to start from the top and I work my way down. And I'm kind of just going to give a brief little explanation about each organ the endocrine operates on. Okay, if you want more information, please go and do your research, because that's what I love people to do your research. I'm not saying you're going to be an expert in that field, but at least you have a little understanding about some of the things I'm discussing today. Okay, so the pituitary gland at the top in the brain secretes hormones into your bloodstream. Okay, then we're going to go right round to the back of the side, just by the back of the head. You've got the hypothalamus. Helps to stimulate the key organs in the body, like your blood pressure, your heartbeat, body temperature, and again, much more. It also helps to maintain internal balance in the body, which is called the homeostasis. Yeah, okay, right. And then we're gonna go down further into the throat. Okay, and that is the thyroid gland. And it makes up with two hormones that secretes in the bloodstream. So it's the thyroxine and it's the tridoxythyrine. Now, yes, they are mouthful, and yes, I may have incorrectly said them. But again, as I said, do go and check it out for yourself, and then you can pronounce it yourself. Okay, so that's the thyroid gland. Okay, then we're going to head down further into the chest. And then we're going to go to the thymus. The thymus is produces the T cells. Okay, and the T cells helps to destroy the cancerous cells and help protect and develop the growth of the immune system. Right. So now we're going to go head further down, and we're going to go down into our back, in the thoracic area of the back, so like the middle area, heading down to the lumbar. And we have the adrenal gland. So the adrenal gland sits on top of the kidneys, like a little triangle shape. Okay, and the adrenal gland are producer of hormones as well. So they help regulate your metabolism, help with your immune system, blood pressure, also helps with response to stress and other functions of the body. So again, that little gland does so much, and that sits on top of the kidneys, okay, on the back of the thoracic area. Now we're going to come around to the front, and we're going to go to the pancreas. And the pancreas converts the food we eat into fuel for the body, okay? The pancreas has two functions. So it excretes, right? So digestion, and in endocrine, it helps to regulate. So it's excreting function to help with the digestion, and it also helps to regulate, okay? Regulate the blood sugar. That's what I forgot to say. It helps to regulate the blood sugar. So that's your pancreas, okay? Then we are going to go further down into the reproductive organs. So for both male and female. So you've got the woman's reproduction organs and you have the male reproduction organs, okay? And again, we both know. So you have the woman's reproduction organ. So the woman's reproduction organ is where she has her womb, ovaries. She has monthly cycles over the 12-month calendar. She also holds child within the womb. She receives the man's sperm, obviously, before she holds the child in the womb. And again, that's the woman's reproductive organs. You have the male reproductive organs. Again, he carries the sperm. He holds them in two sacs under his actual penis. And they are, received by the woman during sexual relations, okay? So that's the male's and woman's reproductive organ. So yes, that is basically it. So I've literally covered from the top of the head right down to the woman's and male's reproductive organ, the endocrine system. So the endocrine system is literally covering the entire body. And it's doing so many things inside the body, and various conditions and illnesses can stem from one of the organs failing or one of the organs not operating correctly, okay? So here are some of the conditions. I haven't listed all of them, but I'm just going to mention a few of them. And again, if you've listened to my previous podcast discussing like the women's womb, some of the condition illnesses I'm going to mention. So there you go. There is you wouldn't believe it's everything's connected, but it's just finding out what it is. So here are some of the condition illnesses that arise from the endocrine system failing or, not working correctly. So you can get type 1, type 2 diabetes. You can get osteoarthritis. You can get thyroid cancer. You can get Addison disease, you can get Cushing's syndrome, Graves' disease, you can get hypothyroidism, you can get low testosterone, you can get hyperglycemic, lower glycemic, heart disease, obesity, Turner syndrome, pituitary tumor, polycystic ovaries, and fibroids, endometriosis. Yeah, I've listed quite a few. So those are some of the condition and illnesses that stem from one of the organs in the endocrine failing, okay? And again, this is just, as I said, correlating to a discussion I had some weeks back discussing the womb, okay? And again, it's all about finding out what's going wrong in order to kind of rectify the situation or the condition or illness, okay? And the way you would go about that is to having that conversation with your general practitioner, your GP, right? Or if you're not seeing the GP or seeing a herbalist, having that conversation, Okay, it's about kind of, with all these conditions and illnesses, it's all about kind of getting to know yourself and getting to reprogram both the body and the mind to work in harmony. It takes time because we've all been programmed a certain way to think and eat and drink, and it's about deprogramming that sort of mindset that has kind of hindered your health. It may sound like I'm spouting a lot of stuff, but it's really true. When, even for myself on a personal note, when I reprogrammed my mind, so from how I was eating and how I was drinking, how I was sleeping, and changed it around, I was having not that much sleep, I was eating the wrong foods, I was not thinking right about myself, and drinking the wrong drinks. My body was just completely off and I was going through a lot of things. And then when, I took time out for myself, because through ill health, and that's a shame that it had to get to that point, I realized I had to change the way that I did things, and it helped. So that's what I mean. Once you've realized or come to epiphany, or through ill health, or someone in your life going through something, it can change and alter your perception of how doing things and doing the right things by yourself. So, as I said, those are some of the conditions and illnesses that manifest through one of the organs in the endocrine failing, okay? And as I said, just seeing someone professionally about the situation so they can perform, an ongoing investigation with blood tests, or, scans, or, providing you with the right medicine or herbal medicine, or exercise or something, whatever it is. Don't suffer in silence, do seek professional help. Okay, so I hope that helps you guys with a little understanding about the endocrine. Okay, now the treatments I would recommend for some of the conditions. So again, where a person who is suffering with, say, trying to think would be good, possibly if it's like a womanly issue, which is more like the polycystic ovaries, endometriosis and the fibroids. Again, a lot of that stuff could be triggered by stress, okay, or again, what you're eating and drinking and how you're thinking. So as a treatment for a beauty therapist to recommend, I would recommend a woman to have massages. So having lymphatic massages, which is good for draining the toxins out of the body, and also having something a little bit more relaxing as well to help reduce the stress, because with these sort of conditions and illnesses, they can flare up through being in a stressful situation. So that type of treatment I would recommend. Okay, as I said, it's because these treatments are quite complex, quite nasty and aggressive in the body. Yes, it's really important that you seek medical help as soon as possible. Don't put it off, don't ignore it. Do see a professional like your GP, or your, if you going private, seeing whoever you see privately, or your herbalist if you do things on a natural and organic way. Okay, but don't ever suffer in silence. So yeah, that's what I would recommend for those particular treatments. And again, to be honest, I would recommend it for everyone, all the diseases and conditions that I did kind of mention today. Massages is just a nice way of just relaxing you, and also can help stimulate the blood flow. So that's another thing I forgot to mention. And also just help remove some of the toxins. Even another thing I didn't even mention, like brushing the body, like a dry brushing the body, helps stimulate and help push the toxin to your lymph nodes to detoxify. So that's another thing you can do before you go in the bath or the shower. Do a dry brushing first, and then go in and have a shower, and then after that moisturize with a really good hydrated lotion, or moisturizing cream or oil, whatever is your preference. But yeah, I would recommend those things for treatments. So as I said, that's the endocrine. I hope something has triggered you to kind of think about it, or know someone that's going through something and may need to hear this podcast or hear the conversation. And again, as I said, it's the information is there for you guys. It's all out there, but I know it's very difficult because when you have like the internet that has so much information on it, it's like, where do I go? Where do I start? And like I said, you are like number one. You are the star. You are that soul entity. You are that person that you need to find out what's happening with you. And once you start with you, then you can work your way into finding out what's going wrong or what's happening. And as I said, don't do it alone. Do seek professional help from your general practitioner. As I said, if you're not seeing the general practitioner and you like things a bit more organic and natural, then you're herbalist. Again, as I said, just don't do it alone. There's so much treatments out there, but again, it's just being directed in the right path, if you get what I mean, kind of knowing that, okay, I've got this condition, okay, then we need to investigate like the endocrine system. Like maybe, you know, I've got too much going on in my adrenal glands, or maybe I'm pushing too much testosterone because of that. Again, all these things can be investigated by these professionals and they can help you, steer you in the right direction. But don't give up. There's always a way. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed my topic of conversation, and as I said, if there's anything that I've missed or anything I haven't discussed, please do feel free to email me at shashalondoninfo@gmail.com. And again, let's have this conversation. I think there's a lot more, and I believe people are capable of understanding these things, and it's good to know. And I don't want to make you become alarmed about something. All it is for you to come to a realization, I need to sort myself out. I need to get myself well, or, you know, maybe I can help someone. And it's always good to get the information, the correct information you need. And, you know, how would you do that? I mean, you would speak to a professional about this information and they will tell you yes or no, it's true. No, it is true. However it is, having that conversation, being clear about what it is that you're going through and getting some help for it, it just does a world of good for you. So again, thank you for listening, and I will see you guys again next time.